You. There are times when the Paris Police Department acts as a backup for a deputy confronting a dangerous situation, but deputies are not always available to back up the city police. What can be done to be sure there is adequate staffing so there is never just a single road deputy on duty?
Well, as you know, I've put in your paper a lot of articles where I've talked about the times there's been one deputy on. I remember in one particular case there was a clear DUI all over the road, and that person got away because there was one deputy on, and that deputy was working a really serious accident. There was a Lifeline helicopter. So I know it's a problem. And to the sheriff's credit, they've been working to have two deputies on much, much more. I've noticed that, and I call it the way I see it. The problem is the Paris Police is covering the Paris area, and they do a pretty darn good job, okay? And they have a big staff. The deputies are covering 400 square miles, and if there is only one deputy on, you're gonna find it very hard for that one deputy to do everything he or she needs to do. So one of the first things that I would do is patrol myself. I love patrol, and it's very easy for me to get in a car and go out and back the other deputies up if there's an issue. There's not a single law enforcement officer I've worked with that wouldn't tell you that I back them up. And so if the need arises, I'll be there personally. I'll back them up. The other thing I would do is we need to expand our part-time deputy program. It's been limited for some reason. And these are people that are typically already police officers somewhere else. They're already trained. You don't pay them very much. You know, $15 an hour isn't that much these days, but they do it because they want extra money and they want to serve. So we need more of them. And then if we're short, we can call this longer list and make sure we have the coverage we need.
30 seconds.
I've also talked a little bit about the auxiliary program. Now, auxiliaries have very limited police powers, but I can think of several cases just in the last few weeks that it would have been very beneficial to have auxiliaries. If you have a deputy working an accident, that deputy is also responsible for the traffic and protecting people as they're going around that traffic.
Well, like you said, Paris is 4 square miles, something like that. 6, I don't know exactly what but they have at all times have at least, most of the time, 3 people on. Edgar County is, unfortunately, it's about 700 square miles. And like I said, we usually do have 1. Sometimes if we're lucky, we have 2. We do use part-time guys a little bit. Unfortunately, what people don't realize is due to the union, we're only allowed to fill so many shifts with part-time employees.
30 seconds.
So that kind of keeps our hands tied. But we back them up. I've also went out quite a bit myself, and I've been the first to go through the door when the need arises. So it's just something we've had to deal with for years. But with a budget, you only allowed so many people, so we've got to make it work.